Every December, my dad turned our house into a Clark Griswold fever dream. The year the new neighbor started stealing our decorations, the whole block decided to give him a New Year's he'd never forget. I'm Emma, 23, back home in Ohio for Christmas for the first time since college. My dad lives for this season. Our house has synchronized lights to music, inflatables on the lawn, a glowing Merry Christmas sign across the roofline. The works. The electric bill is a horror movie, but he's happy. This year, a new neighbor moved in next door in early December. Silver SUV, expensive coats, noise complaints within a week. His name was Chad. Of course it was. The first time something disappeared, it was a 5-foot inflatable snowman. Dad assumed it had blown away. The second night, one of the reindeer from our light-up herd vanished. Then the projector that cast snowflakes on our garage disappeared. Probably kids, Dad said, trying to stay positive. We'll just stake things down better. On December 20th, I came home from a late drive and saw something that made my jaw drop. Chad's yard, which had been completely bare all month, was suddenly decked out in our snowman, our reindeer, our exact projector, casting snowflakes on his garage. He'd moved them 20 feet over the property line and plugged them into his outlets. The next morning, Dad knocked on Chad's door politely. "Hey, neighbor," he said. "Looks like some of our decorations ended up in your yard. Must have been a mix-up. Mind if we grab them back?" Chad smiled, the kind of smile that never reaches the eyes. "These were on my side," he said. "Finders keepers, right? Maybe don't leave your junk lying around." Dad came back with that crushed look I'd seen only a few times when my grandma died, when I left for college. We could have called the cops. We didn't. We called the group chat. Our street has a Facebook group that mostly shares lost pets and bake sale flyers. That night, it turned into a planning committee. By Christmas Eve, every house on the block except Chad's had agreed. We would all turn off our lights at 8 p.m. sharp, all of them. At 7:55, the neighborhood was a Hallmark movie. Twinkling lights, inflatables, music. At 8 on the dot, like someone flipped a master switch, every house went dark except one. Chad's. Our stolen snowman looked ridiculous standing alone in a sea of darkness. Our reindeer, our projector, all of it, suddenly not impressive, just obvious. People walking the block stopped and stared. One group of teenagers laughed and yelled, "Hey man, nice original decorations." Someone snapped photos. They ended up on a local subreddit with the caption, "When you steal all your neighbor's Christmas and still look like the Grinch." On New Year's Eve, a city code enforcement truck pulled up in front of Chad's place. Turned out he hadn't pulled the right permits for his electrical cords crossing the sidewalk. He got slapped with a fine and a warning. That night, at exactly midnight, our whole block did the opposite of Christmas Eve. Everyone turned their lights on at the same time. Everyone except Chad. His yard was dark, the stolen decorations were gone. Dad's snowman was standing proudly back where it belonged, on our lawn, a little scuffed but home. I asked Dad if he'd gone over to get them. He smiled. "Nope, someone must have returned them." In the Facebook group, a neighbor posted one sentence. "Sometimes the New Year's reset starts early." Chad never spoke to us again, but he also never touched our decorations again.